The Winchester 350 Legend 145 grain white box. Those that have been following my channel and have seen my previous video have noticed that I've been having quite a bit of issues. I'll link that video in the top right here. Go ahead, check that out, let me know what you think. But for those that don't know, I've been having issues as far as the ammunition giving me very high pressure signs, all the way from flattened primers to pop primers, and unfortunately case head separation. So what I've done is I took the last two boxes that I had. This stuff is untouched. This I've demilled, basically pulled the bullets, and removed that crimp in which I believe is the issue causing my overpressure signs, and reseated the bullets. We'll go ahead, test this ammo out, see if I fixed any of those issues. Let's check this out. As I mentioned, I demilled all 20 of these cartridges to measure the powder charge and case overall length. I'm not sure what type of ball powder they are using, but everything seems to be within 0.1 grain. The case overall length, though, is an issue. The measurements that I have taken varied from 1.704 to 1.714, 10 thousandths difference. Though they do fall within SAMI spec, 1.710 plus or minus 10 thousandths. Recently, it has been brought up to my attention a few other channels are having issues. This one's from the Military Arms channel. You can see that he's seeing major overall length issues as well. Also, he's seeing pressure signs. I'll put a link in the description below of his post and his write-up. They're not as severe as mine, but definitely are showing pressure signs. Both barrels that I have, one that I chambered myself, and also a CMMG barrel that's a 16-inch, are both having issues. A friend of mine also has the new Ruger American Ranch in 350 Legend and was experiencing blown primers as well. So just like any ordinary pistol rimless cartridge that indexes off or headspaces off the case mouth, you can do the typical plunk test. For this cartridge, you'll see that when I use factory ammunition and I do the plunk test, it sticks. Now, when I took the crimp off of the case mouth and reseated the bullets, it no longer does this, and the bullet falls freely out. And this is more proof that the factory roll crimped ammunition is getting into the throat of the chamber. Now, in my previous video with the bore cam footage, it showed that the brass was getting into the throat of the chamber. This is clearly seen in this snapshot. What this does is when the cartridge is fired, the brass does not allow the bullet to release, causing huge pressure spikes. After pulling the bullet and removing the taper crimp, I reseated the bullet to the factory overall length dimension. Let's see what happens when I chamber the rifle. As you see here, there is no brass protruding into the throat or land area of this barrel. This is basically how it should headspace. On a cartridge type like this, where the cartridge indexes off the case mouth, this is what it should look like inside your barrel. And as you see here, it ejects nice and smooth. So let's get out to the range, let's test out the new loads and see if I have any pressure issues. All right, so we are set up at 50 yards, a little bit of a breeze, and this is the ammo I modified. Same lot number, 97 Papa Charlie 91. Looks like we got good chambering. Hit low. Let's check that brass. Yeah, looks good. All right. I didn't get a bolt lock back because I have adjustable gas block, so got to tune down a little bit. But all 5 shots, no problems. We'll continue on. As you can see, I got no malfunctions other than the bolt lock back. No flattened primers. Everything looks good so far. That one's a little bit flattened, but not like what I was getting. Huh. That one's, yeah, a little bit. I'll show you a little close up there. Everything else seems all right. Let's keep on going. Uh-oh. That looks like a feeding issue. I had a double feed on that one. Okay. Could be a gas block issue. Maybe my gas block moved on me a little bit. All right. Well, that was all 20 shots. Other than a gas block issue that I have now, I don't see any high pressure signs. I don't see any case head separation, and everything seems to be good. So definitely, I believe that crimp was the issue. And since I took that crimp out, I'm no longer getting any of those really high pressure signs. I only have one case, one cartridge that seems to show a little bit of a flattened primer. So, but it isn't bad. That's acceptable. So Winchester was very nice after seeing my video. They contacted me, and we've been discussing some of my issues that I've been having, and they sent me this whole box of ammunition to try out. It's definitely it's basically the same ammunition, the 145 grain full metal jacket, and they also sent some of the 180 grain power points. Well, right off the bat, I noticed one big thing. Let's see what lot number this is. Yep, looks like there's no lot number, so this must be a sample pack or test pack. But basically, I'm not seeing that heavy crimp like I was on the other lot number, the one that I was having troubles previously. So the crimp is not there. I see more of a taper style crimp. Not heavy, but there is a big enough ledge to index off of and headspace off the case mouth. So let's go ahead and run these, see what these do. No pressure signs. I think we're good to go. Definitely having a feeding issue. That's not the ammo. It's definitely my rifle this time. All right, I went ahead and adjusted the gas block, and hopefully it should run good. A little 10 more. Can do this free-handed. I'm not a big fan of mag dumping, but we got to see the reliability. I'll be aiming at a 24 by 24 target, 50 yards. Alrighty, I don't see any issues there. This new ammo that Winchester sent me that does not have that that heavy crimp that they're doing. roll crimp. It's supposed to be a taper crimp. Seems like I'm having no issues now. All right, 500 yards. According to my calculations on Stirlock, this is where this bullet starts dropping off. So I'm gonna go for a 20 MOA holdover, see where this thing hits. Hit. Okay. Two impacts, 500 yards. This baby does it. Awesome. Try that again. I'm pretty much holding it's like roughly 27, almost 30 MOA high. So ooh, close. Hit. Hit. Huh, walking on me. Oh, close. The barrel's getting warm and it's starting to walk on me. 11.5-inch barrel, 500 yards. That was all 20 shots. And looks like we're not having any issues. Let's try some of the 180 grain soft points, or the power points from Winchester. Man, that fed kind of rough. All right, see where she goes. Ooh, actually hitting pretty high. All right. That primer looks good, so this one I'm holding a lot, not as much. I'm around, let's say 15 MOA. Let me get on target first and see where she hits. Gosh, just left of it. Impact. Oh, just high. Got 3 impacts there. Barrel is getting warm. You can see that my handguard's starting to walk on me. I didn't tighten it down. I just kind of rushed this. But looks like these 180 grain bullets are actually doing a hell of a lot better as far as flight path. I'm not having to hold up as much. I'm around like it's like a 22 is what I settled at, 22 MOA. So they're flying a bit more efficient. See how many I could get. Oh, that was a miss. Just right. Barrel's starting to walk on me. Oh. What's that? 5 for 10? 500 yards. Yeah, not bad. Right on. Well, folks, to summarize the problems I was having previously, it definitely was the roll crimp that was on the previous lot number that was putting the case mouth of the cartridges into the throat of the chamber, not allowing the bullet to release, causing very high pressure spikes. So this pretty much emphasizes the importance on a cartridge that is semi-automatic fed just like this, that head spaces off the case mouth. It's very important to make sure that there is no roll crimp. You want to use a taper style crimp or a stab style crimp on the cartridges like this, especially when this is around 55,000 psi, or the cartridge's ability to produce 55,000 psi. I'm very appreciative for Winchester to reach out to me. This actually kind of shows that Winchester is willing to work with their customers, and even though I had a problem with that lot number I had, it goes to show that Winchester really cares about their feedback and is willing to reach out to their consumers if there's any kind of problems whatsoever. So like I said, big thank you to Winchester for sending me this ammunition to try out and verify that it wasn't my rifle. I'm going to shoot for a limb and see if maybe they're willing to replace my bolt carrier group. I went out previously with the previous ammunition on a night chat, tried a few more, nearly blew my gun up. Locked up the bolt carrier group and blew my mag apart. So we'll see. You can't always rely that that little piece of brass that's being fired is going to control all of that explosion and pressure. Paying attention to small little details is going to help you save your face, save your rifle, and your hands. So to emphasize also, factory ammunition is not always perfect. There's always a safety concern when shooting any type of ammunition. Safety should be your #1 priority, of course. Needless to say, I learned a very valuable lesson, and I wanted to share it to you guys. Comment below, let me know what you guys think. I much appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. All right. Okay, for giggles, will a 44 mag with a 240 grain cast lead bullet hit at 500 yards? I do not know. Let's try it out. I saw some dust up there. Oh. Man, I think that's getting pretty close. We might be able to do this.